Okay, right, the audio is going to be very scuffed today. Let me just check. Hello, hello. Okay, right, the audio is going to be very scuffed today. Let me just check. Okay, it's a bit windy. It's a bit windy, but it'll have to do. I don't have my microphones with me. I was in a bit of a last minute decision to come out here or not. This is maybe live on YouTube. Definitely live on Twitch. Let me just have a look. Make sure everything's going. Again, apologies about the traffic noise today. In advance, might need to lower the volume slightly today. Okay, YouTube is not live that I can see. 2 weeks ago. Okay, let me just check that. Split public. Save. And then we'll get going in one moment. We are looking at the plane that I'm here for today. I didn't know if I'd even be able to see it. I don't know if it's going to move at all during the stream. I think we might get some rain potentially. I do have a cover I can put on my camera. Yeah. Live on YouTube. Well, I got a notification there. Can't see the chat yet. Somebody on kick. A bot. Lovely. Good start. Reconnect. Connected. Okay. Seems to be connected. Very foggy today. I do think they are taking off away from me as well, which is a little bit disappointing. But this is not a plane we see very often at all in Aberdeen. This is a US Coast Guard, United States of America, Super Hercules. It's me. Hello there. Welcome in. Hopefully, well, I'm guessing because you're typing this, you can hear me. Hopefully. I was saying a minute ago the microphones aren't working. Well, I don't have them with me. So we're just in the camera microphone today, so it might be a bit windy, a bit more traffic noise than normal. Yeah, I can check. I don't think I have any other microphones I could put onto my action camera microphone. Might be slightly better audio. Just have that on my shoulder, but I think we were only really planning on going for about an hour or two. I was hoping to see this plane leave. We'll get a few other ones. A KLM just came in. We'll maybe get to see that one go back out. I'm really not on top of the flight radar situation at the moment. I don't think this one's even on the flight radar. Arrived last night. Let me just check. So it arrived from Elizabeth City. Landed at 8:25 last night. Lockheed Martin HC-130J Super Hercules. There was some action beside it. I don't know if I can do my digital zoom. See, there's like a vehicle. What is that thing? 2015. Yeah, there's some kind of action beside the plane just now. In Aberdeen Harbour, we've got one of the Coast Guard boats. I'm not 100% if it's still there. It was there, I think, since Friday, Saturday. We've had some really bad weather this past couple of weeks. It was the rain yesterday, but it's been the snow more or less since the start of the year. Now you could tell a lot of it's disappeared from this part, but yeah, I couldn't even get up here if I tried. I couldn't even get out of my house for a couple of days, unfortunately. Oh, it's been pretty cool to see the landings, the planes, the go-arounds, stuff like that. I'll maybe have to buy a house at the top of the hill or something so I can walk down here. That would be about the only way I think you would have made it with that kind of conditions. I don't think a lot of planes were going. I think there was a lot of issues with Amsterdam at the same time. I think a lot of them were cancelled. British Airways. I think the Loganaires did have some disruption as well. The ones coming over from Norway seem to be able to handle it. They're maybe used to a bit more snow. Might get a bit of chopper action as well today. Light wind, which is good. Temperature's about 5-6 degrees, something like that. It says 7.2, feels like 4.4. Okay, that's probably about right. Aberdeen are playing in the football today, so I think a lot of people will be away to that. I wish them luck. If they're still here, I'll maybe have it open on my phone, or I'll just head back and watch the game, depending on this departure if we get one. I think it will be taken off away from us, but I just came out to see it today because it is a very rare plane for Aberdeen, Scotland in general. I thought it might have landed at Lossiemouth, but I think because the Coast Guard ship is in Aberdeen Harbour, this one I'm guessing is coming with either supplies or crew changes. I don't actually know how it works with the Coast Guards, but yeah, a Coast Guard ship and a Coast Guard plane now, all relating to that Russian tanker. Shadow Fleet, the one that was it Venice? It was the oil situation, wasn't it? It was the oil situation. I can't remember the name of the ship. I know Aberdeen's getting involved. So it was the west coast and they've come round. I think the tanker's still outside Burghead near Lossiemouth. But for some reason the Coast Guard's come round to Aberdeen. This one is flew in from America. I will get the exact airport for you, so you know. Elizabeth City, ECG. So it's quite a long flight. Departed 6:28 in the morning over there. An 8 hours 57 flight time. So we've got what looks like one of our Coast Guards, and you can see the size difference there. I believe that's ours. Everything's bigger in America. US coast. Loganair behind it with the tartan. Again, no confirmed movements that I know of. If anybody else knows anything, please let me know. I did try and get a couple of pictures before I started the stream. I should have put it in the title, to be honest, but I wasn't sure it was going to be here. I don't know my title updated on Twitch. So it is HC-130. Glad you're back, John. Yeah, I did. Very good. Apart from the snow, I would have had more streams. I think this is my first of the year, so Happy New Year. I would have had more streams if it wasn't for the snow. I was planning 2 or 3 and just the weather, and I couldn't even get to my work. My work was completely closed. A lot of the businesses were closed around here. Completely blocked. Completely locked in with the snow. We're going to say US Coast Guard. Check the old YouTube. Don't know why, for whatever reason on the app my live streams don't show up. I've got to go into the web browser. A bit of a technical issue when it works. So we're just locked onto this plane just now. If there's any more action, I will swap the camera around. I'll show you the conditions. You can kind of see them in the background. Not very nice today. Quite poor visibility. I don't think we'll have got any of the big planes flying over. Even if there was, I don't think we'd see them very well. Something firing up. Is that the little one? I don't know why it always puts me into a different stream when I click on the YouTube settings. We'll see what way this one takes off. The KLM just landed left to right. So I think this one should come down towards us. It might take off in the middle of the runway. The small planes sometimes do. So this is your size comparison here. This is the, if I can find my flight radar. Oh, it's not even on flight radar yet. We've got an Aer Lingus. I'm pretty sure this is the Coast Guard. Our Coast Guard. And over here is the big boy, the US Coast Guard. So you can see the size difference there. I think it's a Beach King, maybe a 200. I can't see it on flight radar to confirm that yet. That is the terminal building up there. All your arrivals and departures. Got Logan Air. Where is that going? That is away to Dublin. Aer Lingus Regional ATR 72600. Departed NA. Right, okay, so doesn't seem to be any movement on it yet. I can hear a bit more action. From over there. Why are the US Coast Guard in Aberdeen? It's relating to the big oil tanker that was seized. What were Americans saying? Stolen oil, was it? I don't know the correct There was the one that was boarded, the large oil tanker, in the news recently. They took it just off of the north coast of Scotland, near Burghead. As far as I'm aware, it's still there. I can't confirm that, but the Coast Guard that was seen in all the pictures, the boat, the Coast Guard boat, came to Aberdeen Harbour. And my guess is this Coast Guard plane that has now arrived here last night, is some kind of relation to that, either supplies or staff or something in relation to the cruise, not the cruise ship, the oil tanker and the Coast Guard ship. So we've got the not the Logan Air, the Aer Lingus coming down towards us now. We've got the Coast Guard. See if it's on flight radar now. This one, a Beach King Air 200 Scottish Air Ambulance. So not Coast Guard, apologies for that. That's our Scottish Air Ambulance. Should have known because it's yellow. And I think our Coast Guards actually do have a similar colour scheme. There's only one that I've seen that did, the red and the white. They're also Beach Kings. It has been to Aberdeen recently. I don't know if I caught it on stream or not. Maybe I did. Maybe I missed it. I maybe saw it arriving actually. I'm not 100%. That was going to Sumbra, Aberdeen to Sumbra. This little yellow one here. I think most of the noise we're getting now is actually from the Aer Lingus behind this trees here. Calm but empty, hello, welcome in. Jonathan, good afternoon, hello there. Got a Logan Air coming in. go, there's that US Coast Guard plane. I don't know if we're going to see a departure, that's what I came for. That's the reason we're here, came just to have a look. Catch a few arrivals and departures while we're here as well. Again, sorry about the audio quality today, I don't have my microphones. Just a bit of a last minute organisation. Away to Dublin, this one here. Just waiting for the Loganair to clear the runway at the top there. And away it goes. The visibility is not great today. Disappears off into the cloud there. Completely gone, just like that. Scottish Air Ambulance, where are you going? Does seem to be coming down to use the full runway. Yo Resin, welcome in. Forgot the Coast Guard was there. Yeah, so we had the Coast Guard boat in the Aberdeen Harbour since Friday, I believe, Thursday, Friday. And last night this bad boy arrived. Super Hercules, US Coast Guard. So we might get to see that. There was a little bit of action beside it. Some kind of vehicle there. It's not actually on the departures list, or it wasn't last time I checked. Beach Kings, they're very similar. I said it was the Coast Guard, it's not, it's actually the Air Ambulance. The Coast Guard does use similar planes. The Beach Kings. Scottish Coast Guards anyway. Away it goes. Can't see it for the fog now, but it should be making a left-hand turn. It's up there somewhere. Take a wee sneaky detour of Dice. My influence me going to visit my mother tomorrow. Yes, so I have no idea how long this is going to be here for. It arrived last night. It might leave today, it might leave tomorrow. There could be more arrive today. I'm not entirely sure. There's a lot of action just now around the coast relating to this America oil situation, the tanker. I did hear they were wanting to take the tanker back to America. So at some point, I guess all this Coast Guard activity will potentially follow the ship back, make sure there's no interference, nothing going on. I think it's near Burghead, which is quite close to RAF Lossiemouth, so I think it's fairly secure there. That's possibly the reasoning why they've put it there. I can hear something else. Is it a helicopter? Yeah, we've got that white one over there. Not quite sure what's happening up there. Yep, just off Burghead. Yeah, that's the last I heard. That's what it was. And I'm guessing they're just getting supplies, maybe changing crew, getting more crew. I'm not entirely sure, but I think they'll be transporting something using this plane, or it's just here for support. It came all the way from America, so I'm sure there's a reason for it. North Carolina, I think it said. Elizabeth. Let's check the departure, see if there's any updates. So there's nothing on the list at the moment. We've got the flights to Wick back here again, so we've got a couple of extra planes. They're not till 4:30. Beach King Super Airs as well, or that one is anyway. Just little planes. So we seem to have a bit of action up here, but I'm not really sure what's going on. That's the one everyone will be coming to have a look at though. I really should have had it in the title on YouTube, but it's not letting me update. For whatever reason, I'll try again. Not connected. There we go. It says dual streaming's on. I'm not sure if that's working or not. Seems to be. So if you're on mobile, you can't see a vertical version of the stream. That's nice. That's something new. It seems to be working just now. So let's check the old flight radar, see if there's anything approaching. I can't see anything at the moment. We had that departure heading down to Dublin, heading down, arrivals. Yeah, we've got a Logan Air that should be en route. That's not for a wee while yet. An AT45 ATR 42500. Right, so that's probably the next arrival. Yeah, arrivals are pretty sparse today. Next one after that's 3 o'clock, so hopefully we get some action with this. If not, at least we can say we've seen it. KLM and a British Airways A320. That'll be our next departure, the British Airways. Then the KLM shortly after that. Then the Logan Air near to 2 o'clock. 3 Logan Airs in a row. 2 till 1:15, then 1:30. And then we've got that big gap. It's a shame the visibility is not great. I would have liked to see this one take off towards us, but they don't seem to be. They're disappearing off into the fog today. It's almost a freezing fog this morning. It's warmed up slightly now. We are still fairly close to the coast here, just the edge of Dice. Even Edinburgh seemed really quiet today. Yeah, I don't know if it's just a Sunday thing. Sundays are normally a bit quieter up in Aberdeen. We don't really get many of the helicopters. They seem to fill in the gaps between the planes, so they obviously take the day off. Friday is a good one for the crew changes. The helicopters seem to fill in the gaps. I think I actually checked Flight Radar yesterday and I didn't even notice this. I said I don't think I would have been able to come out at 8:30. I think I'd had a a cider by that point. I had a cider and I think a vodka later on. Only a couple of drinks, not too many. So yeah, a lot of people will be away to watch Aberdeen today. They're playing in the cup. I watched a little bit of the football yesterday. Hearts, that was some result for Falkirk. Of course, Dunfermline beating Hibs as well, so hopefully Aberdeen don't slip up, because a lot of the other teams have. Have there been any diverts in from Inverness? I think they're getting difficulty getting anything in, really? Wow. I mean, not that I've noticed. I did see one maybe yesterday. Diverted, I think. I don't know if it's related to the weather. We don't have any snow here. I don't think Inverness has any left either, but could be fog. Got a bit of fog down here around the coast. Aberdeen Airport is pretty near the coast as well. So, looking at Inverness, the ones earlier this morning, yeah. So the London flight diverted all the way back to London Heathrow. And the KLM, yes. So I think that's possibly the KLM that arrived. That's maybe why I didn't notice it on the arrivals. I think the KLM that arrived just before I started the stream came from Inverness. So yeah, you're right about that actually. Oh. Cancelled. Yeah, so their 1:15 flight to Amsterdam has been cancelled. If you're waiting in Inverness for that one. Aberdeen, the 1:30 flight. Right, okay, so that's an interesting one. So it seems to be the flight from Inverness has landed in Aberdeen, and that's getting used to go back to Amsterdam. I thought they'd sorted all their issues out at Amsterdam, but obviously there's still a few. I think they had a problem with fog earlier on. Yeah, they're keeping an eye on it. There was a smaller vehicle at the front as well. I don't know what this is. I can't quite see it for the nose. The big black nose on the front there. Looks like quite small wheels on. So I'll show you the fog here. We can just see Aberdeen through the fog. It was pretty bad here this morning. I'm guessing maybe Inverness was even worse. I didn't actually realise that KLM had come from Inverness, not Amsterdam. It's a bit unfortunate. You've still got maybe a two-hour trip up to Inverness from here. Maybe a little bit more, depending on what way you go. But yeah, about 2 hours, I think. You going down to have a look as well, are you? This is the first time I've seen the US Coast Guard here, so possibly the same for a lot of the other staff. And getting a look at the Hercules there. I was on about Heathrow to Aberdeen. Was on a Heathrow to Aberdeen last year. Does it go around 200 feet above? An hour later, I was back to Terminal 5. Nightmare. I've seen them do that a lot. I don't know why they go all the way back to Heathrow and they don't take you to Edinburgh or somewhere. It's so strange because we get a lot of the British Airways flights up to here a few times a day. Maybe the sync will put you on the next one, but quite a wasted journey that. Absolute nightmare if that happened. I did see it with the snow when we had the bad snow. The first one was diverted back, the second one managed to land okay. The runway here was open and closed quite frequently with the snow. I think they managed to get it cleared, and then another downpour of heavy snow. So I can see the KLM coming back now. Yeah, the tanker, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's relating to that. So we had a US Coast Guard boat, a ship, in the harbour, in Aberdeen North Harbour. No, it was the South Harbour. I think it was the South Harbour. In Aberdeen Harbour, we had one of the boats, the boat that was seen in the pictures next to the tanker. It came into Aberdeen Harbour, I think Thursday or Friday. I presume it's still sitting there. And now this plane arrived last night. Hello Route Man, welcome in. British Airways backing up as well. Looks like we're getting a 2-for-1. Which is nice when the action's a bit spread out here. They will be taking off away from us into this fog that you see in the background. We'll get a little look at them as they come down towards us. I think it's a 320 British Airways. A320 Airbus down to London. Amsterdam. Embraer E175. Estimated departure past. Yeah, so they're both going at the same time. Then our Logan Airs are not till 2 o'clock. Yeah, that Beach King's due to come back, but not till nearer 3. Next arrival, about 25 minutes from Sunborough. Hold on a minute, it seems to be heading up that side of the runway. That's a good sign. Have they swapped around? Or is it just because it was blocked by the British Airways? I'm not too sure. It'll be nice if it takes off towards us. It's a little bit easier to film. You get a closer look at it. We'll see what it does. The wind has changed. Yeah, the wind's very light, luckily, because I don't have my microphones with me today, so you will get a little bit more traffic noise. On my up there, 10 miles per hour-ish wind. You can see the little orange sock there, not doing very much. Yeah, not complaining if they take off towards us. I'll just try and keep the tripod steady as it comes around. Sometimes they go up at quite the angle. That's a nice surprise. Away she goes. You can hear her starting up there. Yeah, just totally disappears there. They're not scared on their takeoffs, that's for sure. Straight up and away. Autofocus doesn't like the clouds very much. This is the one that couldn't land at Inverness. Heading back to Amsterdam, empty. Okay. Might get a bit of action with the choppers. They're possibly just doing a bit of maintenance. Interesting. So now the British Airways seems to be taking off away from us. So that's a unusual. One way, one the other way. Did go up quick. Yeah, it was quite hard to film, so I kind of missed it a little bit, but the autofocus didn't help there either. I guess if you're right about it being empty, there's a bit quite a bit less weight on it. No passengers, no luggage. Manages to climb pretty rapidly. Well, where are we going? Yeah, it's coming down. That's really unusual, that. One towards us, one away from us. I don't know who makes that decision, but it's a pilot or air traffic. It's very quiet. There's not a lot of planes coming in, coming out, so I don't think they would really matter too much. It's unusual because the flight to Amsterdam's just done a complete 180 and gone back the other way, so there is the Logan Air coming in from north at the moment. About 40 minutes out. See the Coast Guard in the background there. Nice bit of spray off the KLM, might get the same from this one. Off it disappears. ever been along the Wee Air Museum in Kinloss? No, I've never been actually. I think somebody else mentioned it before in chat. It's not one that I've been to. I think I maybe looked up a YouTube video about it. Quite interesting, a few planes there. Yeah, not one I've been to. I've been down to Montrose, they've got the RAF, old RAF base. I go down to the open day for that. I think you can pay certain weekends to get in and have a look around. Might be a bit quieter. They've got a few planes in there. A few of the jets in the hangar as well. They're always nice to see. The old fighter jets. Yeah, that'll be on my list next time I'm up in that area. I'll try and plan a visit. I'm not sure if it's the same as the Montrose one. It's maybe just open certain days, weekends or whatever. Or maybe just the summer I would need to have a look. Yeah. Could be worth a visit though, I think. Just look up YouTube. I think somebody has made a YouTube video about it. I can't remember exactly who, but yeah, so the noise I'm hearing I think is from the helicopters. They're still whizzing away. I have a feeling it's just maintenance. There was a little bit of movement from the other one, the Bristow's end of the heliport. Found the website closed for winter. Oh, we'll be one for the summer, I think. Or spring, maybe opens up again in the Easter. A lot of them are either charity run or volunteers, I think. Same with the one down in Montrose, their museum there. It's not really anything like that in Aberdeen itself. We've got the Transport Museum up in Alford, which I really meant to get to this year or last year. Yeah, they had a big Top Gear exhibit on. I just never got up to it. So I don't know if that's going to change for this year. They had a few car shows up there I was planning to go to. They just collided with other events. Yeah, Alford's not bad. The Transport Museum there. Not so much planes, but cars and old trucks and vehicles and stuff like that. Again, it's possibly closed at the moment for winter. As a lot of them do. A lot of check of the runway there. It's so hard to see the planes coming in just with this fog. There should be a Logan Air on approach pretty soon. Bristol's to NA. One of the choppers is on flight radar. 4 minutes for the ATR 42500. We should hear that coming in. It actually looks quite similar to the Coast Guard. I think it just has one propeller and they've got the two on each side. Similar kind of style of plane. I think on a clear day it'd probably be visible about now, but nothing at the moment. We'll get ready to turn the camera. We'll be arriving left to right here. I don't know, visibility 5 miles, I don't know about that one. It feels like it's less. It feels like it's less, but could be around that. Definitely towards Aberdeen, it's a very thick fog. And the grey clouds up there. ATR should be visible any moment. Sort of heights it up. It's 1300 feet at the moment. I think the post might be in the way from this angle. It should be coming from around there. Oh, it's way up there. Oh. If this can focus. It's coming in. Need their lights on today, that's for sure. A little bit of rain coming down, not too much to worry about at the moment. I did say there was a departure at 2 o'clock, 2:15, then 2:35, and then that's pretty much it. So that was the one from Sunborough. The air ambulance was scheduled to come back. That's not for another hour, unfortunately. There's not a lot more coming in. Average delay of 10 minutes, it's saying at the airport currently. So yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to see any action with this today. Nice to get to see it. What? Only another 60-ish days of winter. Yes. I definitely enjoy the streams a lot more in the summer and the spring. We'll get a few longer ones in. Today probably is going to be a shorter one. Just not a lot going on. A little bit of rain starting now. We do have the cover I can put over the camera. I wanted to get, we actually had a high wind warning just after all the snow, but the conditions were just not great. I don't think I would have got up onto this hill here with my car. It's just front wheel drive, not very good in the snow, not very good at all. Four-wheel drive or 4x4 would be the only option I think to get up here. It's just a slight hill, but it's enough to defeat my car. Ooh, I found a wee ABZ stream. Yes, hello there. So it's just a short one today. I just came to see this here. This is the US Coast Guard that arrived in last night. I was really not prepared for this. I forgot my microphones and everything today, so we're just on the camera mic. Seen a couple of arrivals in the fog, departures in a foggy Aberdeen. A very foggy Aberdeen. There should be a Loganair departing very soon. Got another Loganair just hiding behind the Coast Guard over there as well. Lots of Loganairs at Aberdeen. That's one of our main planes we see on this stream at the airport. I can't guarantee I'm here every weekend, but it's normally the weekends, the Saturday or the Sunday, sometimes both. I was just saying there about the summer, we'll get some longer streams in the summer for sure. Maybe try a few different airports. Been up to Lossy once, twice now. So we'll get back up to Lossiemouth. It's always nice seeing the Typhoons and the P8s. About a 2-hour drive or so. Maybe a little bit less to Lossy. This year we may try other airports. We might go down to Edinburgh. We might go to Glasgow. I always wanted to do Prestwick. It's quite a drive for me from here. It's almost 4 hours to get there, so I would probably need to stay down there. Maybe get a stream at Glasgow and then a stream at Prestwick. Again, definitely in the summer, when the weather's a bit more enjoyable, standing out here. I will be down in Edinburgh for the truck show. There's like a classic truck show. I think that's March, February, March. We've got one in Aberdeen, we've got a car show. So I'll stream both them. We do other events as well. Mostly vehicle related. Sometimes we do the odd travel stream, event stream. We did some stuff over Christmas in Aberdeen with the parades. That was pretty cool to see. And any big events. We had a lot of action. I think what really helped the channel was the stuff with Trump last year. Streams did really well. All the military, the Chinooks, Air Force One, the Trump plane. I think the streams are still on the channel. On YouTube anyway. Usually go to EDI to spot. Yeah, it's not one I've been to. I've been down to the Royal Highland Centre just next to the airport, but I've never actually been plane spotting there. So it's definitely on the list. I'll get there one day. It's not too bad of a drive, or the train even. Get the tram to the airport. A little walk from there. I think that's what I did the last time I got the train down. I think I actually stayed. It was the first day of the Fringe. So we did that on the Friday. And then we did the truck show on the Saturday. A good weekend, to be honest. So we'll maybe do that again this year. Always mix it up. Get a little plane spotting in. Here is our Loganair, if we can see it through the fog. The Focus is not enjoying the weather today. EDI is busier than Glasgow. Okay. EDI to spot in the Mounds. Also been to Almond Bank. Yeah, the Mound's the one that I saw. I think they have got one at Glasgow as well. We're just up on a hill here. This is kind of not really accessible if you're just walking. You could walk to here, but you'd probably need a car to get to this spot. It's Overton Hill, just next to the airport. My lens isn't quite long enough to get the full zoom. That was something I was looking at. Maybe swap over to a camcorder or get a bigger lens. Yeah, it's quite a nice spot. The planes do come pretty close when they're flying towards us. But I think this one, well, I don't really know, because we had a KLM that took off towards us and then the British Airways took off away from us. I still haven't quite figured out how that one worked, but it's quite a nice spot. The amount of EDI is massive, the Glasgow one is tiny. Okay, good to know. Watched a streamer who retired his channel last week, streamed every Sunday. Yes, I think I know who you're speaking about. I think I actually saw some of that stream as well. Plain Sailing Aviation, was that the one? You're fine to mention other channels here, I'm not too worried. I know we get a lot of viewers from other streamers. I'm still fairly new myself, so I do watch a lot of the big streamers. Get a little bit of inspiration from them. Yeah, I think I did see a bit of that stream actually. I was stuck in my house. We had a lot of snow still. We actually had a wind warning as well. The wind warnings are always fun for the viewers. For the one filming, it's not always so much fun. Out in the cold. Yeah, this one's heading down towards us, so looks like it's departing towards Aberdeen, the city centre. That was him. I was there. You were there. Whoa. Excellent. I think I did see he turned the camera at the end and there was a lot of people there. This Loganair's just disappeared beside the hangars, a couple of hangars down here at Aberdeen Airport. Sometimes we see the helicopters coming over to this side. And then they normally appear back to this end here, where this big one is here, the Hercules, which I just have a feeling there's not a lot of action going on. It hasn't moved since we got here. No doubt as soon as I go home it'll spring into action. That's what normally happens. That's my luck, unfortunately. Yeah, we're just going to hang about for a little bit longer. The football is on, so maybe try and avoid all the traffic for me heading home. We'll maybe just stay for a little bit longer here, see if there's any action. Not very busy today with the planes, unfortunately. Those just daft enough to brave the weather, yes. Wicked wet and windy, absolutely. I do enjoy going out on those days as well. I say the viewers definitely enjoy watching the planes coming in. A couple of go-arounds. I don't think there was anything else coming in. I'm also thinking of live stream myself. I have a few shorts from EDI if you want to check them out. Yeah, definitely. I would say everyone get posting all your clips you've got for sure. That's how I started, just watching other streamers and took a bit of inspiration from them, and I thought, well, if they can do it, you know. I'm definitely not a professional by any means, as you'll see by some of my footage, but we started the airport streams maybe this time last year, maybe just after winter. Been in live streaming for about a year or two. Just disappears today, unfortunately. That cloud is so thick. Yeah, so this is just a 200mm lens on my camera, so we don't have the biggest zoom. I was at Press Week last July for Air Force One. Wow! We did see some of it up in here in Aberdeen. His other golf course is around here, so we got to see his helicopters. We got to see the Trump plane. That was that's been to Aberdeen a couple of times. Slightly smaller than his big one. The Chinooks were pretty impressive as well. And the helicopters as well. We've got a lot of helicopters up here in Aberdeen. One of the busiest heliports, not so much today. We get a few more of them on the Saturday streams. I'm going out next Saturday, so I don't think we'll get, well, we definitely won't get a stream on the Saturday. We'll see how we feel on the Sunday. Yeah, we've got a few coming up. The indoor events are nice. Like I said, the car show coming up in Aberdeen. And then the classic truck and tractors, I think it is, down in Edinburgh. And we'll try and squeeze something in then, possibly with the planes, depending on the weather. Yeah, any other special events, any unusual planes. We also try to see some of the boats now and again as well. Aberdeen Harbour is quite interesting with all the oil related stuff. Yeah, the planes is always a nice and easy one, nice and chill stream. Pegasus is massive too. Yeah. We mark a few times watching behind the scenes, noisy feet live streaming, patience is, yeah, absolutely. So I've kind of, I've got a backpack, a streaming backpack. So I always had that. I just didn't really have the camera. Then I got the camera last year. Started off with just getting a few pictures. And then I realised I could actually use it for live streaming as well. So we got that sorted. We've got the battery situation sorted now as well. So the battery lasts, well, easily 6 hours. So really good for the summer streams. No interruptions, hopefully. Because that was one of the issues I was having to begin with. The batteries would last maybe an hour, then it would cut out and swap around. So I think initially I missed a couple of planes. The battery just cut out at an awkward time. Yeah, we're learning, we're growing. So anything that I don't stream, I do post as shorts as well. I try and post them everywhere. Instagram. Started up a wee Facebook page just the end of last year as well. And then Instagram, A2 Brew. Most of the stuff is just posted across there. Born in Aberdeen, go back often. Still to this day surprises me how big those supply vessels are in the harbour. Yeah, they're brilliant to see. They're absolutely brilliant to see. And the spot just beside the Tory battery, you get really, even with my lens, you can see the whole ship as it leaves the harbour, and some of them coming in as well. There is actually the US Coast Guard ship in there as well, but where it is, it's not a great spot for streaming. It's not in the main harbour, it's in the South Harbour, which is still interesting. I think I posted a short, maybe it was on my More channel, of the oil kind of platforms. There's 2 of them in the harbour, or there was. They're absolutely massive. Well Enhancer, I think it's called, something like that. I don't know if we can see it. Sometimes on a clear day you can actually see it from here. I think that's maybe it there. It's probably not going to focus. But this thing is absolutely massive. So yeah, that's it there. So that is a boat or a floating platform. It's a shame about the weather. That they use to service the oil rigs. I think it's for the oil rigs or oil and gas related. Again, not an expert. I'm just saying things at this point, but related to that kind of stuff. Not sure if that's focusing right. Yeah, it's absolutely massive. We can't see it quite clearly today with the fog, but you've got a better lens than me. You'll be able to see it much better than me. Yeah, aye, well,
that's the only thing.
It's just a 210, so.
What's your sensor?
The sensor, well, the camera is off. Or the what, sorry, the
sensor on the camera.
I'm not entirely sure. I'm a bit of an amateur. It's a Canon EOS 50R.
About 24 megapixel.
Yeah, around that, I think. Yeah.
You should get a good resolution with that.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
You should be able to at least get a 2x crop and still something decent.
Yeah. No, I just saw it last night. I don't think we're going to see any action with it leaving today,
well,
but
somebody I saw online, there was rumours that it's not set to go until tomorrow 9 AM.
Tomorrow, okay.
This is not a good spot. It's a pylon right between us and it.
You've been down to the harbour, you see the boat?
No, I need to.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still there or not, but I did see some pictures of that.
These guys are still here. My gut feeling is, depending on what is going on with the tanker and the Mori first, because I'd imagine they're changing the master and the marine crew.
Okay.
To an American one that knows not going to suddenly try and cut and run.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on.
Probably that's what's come across at the moment. All the other guy, the marine crew that were on it when it was captured, will be doing a handover to the marine crew that are taking it on, and then the marine crew will be probably taken to the States for questioning.
Yeah, okay.
So that's probably why this guy's waiting.
Yeah, definitely.
And then they'll be repatriated from the States.
I did hear it was going back. They were taking the ship back to America.
Yeah, so I would imagine that they're not going to trust the existing marine crew.
Yes, they might try and make another run for it.
Not that they can do much.
No, no.
Do you want to get blown up?
I know, yeah, I don't think they'd get very far, so.
I wouldn't be surprised if they've changed out the senior management. And they'll probably move with the Marines on board as well.
Yeah, there's something down at the front of it, but I can't quite see.
Just like a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, I've been here about an hour and a half and no movement at all really, so.
Well, I'm wondering if it's worthwhile going round to the mound. See if you can get a better shot of it, but my gut is no.
Yeah. It's nice, I didn't even know where it was going to be sitting. I just thought I'd take a gamble and come out.
Air ambulance people, that building will be in the way.
Yeah.
Unless you can see it from the old Falk. Is it still Falk building? You maybe see it from their car park.
Yeah.
That's frustrating, that pylon.
I know. I know, it's just right in the way, isn't it? Yeah. I don't even think the bottom of the hill, I don't even think that would be enough.
Well, I've got a record shot of it anyway, so I'm not too much. I missed half of the C-30, the C-17s when they came.
Yeah, so did I.
Well, the most of them flew out over my house.
Yeah, I was watching the trackers, flight radar and stuff. And I think I was actually driving home from my work one day and I just saw one in the distance. Oh no.
I've never got around to post many of the photos. I started tweaking a few of them in the Lightroom, and then life's been so busy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I kicking myself. I'd completely forgot about the mound, and the day I came here, the Air Force, Marine One.
Yeah, I was here. I was here.
Up
yeah.
Here, and then C-17s and something else, firing up their engines just in front of the hangars in front of us here.
Aye. It was like the Wildcat, the helicopters.
Yeah,
they were down there.
And their heat exhaust things just totally messed up the shot.
Oh, I know.
But if we'd been round the mound, it would all be perfect because the wind was blowing everything.
So, are you speaking about the mound down the right-hand side, or are you beside the heliport?
The one down beside
like the helicopters.
The railway station.
Yes. Oh, that one. Yeah. I've seen a.
Try and take a switch round there.
Yeah, I mean, you might be able to see it from there.
See a better shot.
Where'd you park though? Do you just have to park in one of the random car parks, or just
chance at false car park?
Risk it. Yeah. Worth a try, isn't it, mate? Good luck.
Yeah. Get back to see Aberdeen. Hold on to the cup, hopefully.
Aye, well, yes, yes. I should have actually asked him what lens he had there. That was an absolute weapon of a thing. Some serious bit of kit. He said he was trying to get pictures. He was trying to get a picture, but he was saying this mast in the way, which is a bit annoying. So I think he's moving around. There's another spot. I think there was another guy that did a live stream here before. I don't think it was PSA, it was maybe somebody else. Maybe it was, but there's definitely been somebody else up here live streaming, and they were over this side somewhere. He's saying the mound. Again, I've not been myself, but I think I know how to get there. I know how to get to it. I just know parking's a bit like I'm normally here on my live streaming for an hour or two anyway. I could maybe try to get a bus in one day or a train or something and check out the other spot, because with my lens we would get a really nice close-up view. It must be around there somewhere. He was thinking that this building here is in the way. Oh, what is this? Is that police? It looks more like an ambulance actually, but yeah, he was thinking that building might be blocking his shot, but yeah, I don't know whether just to call it there for today or just check if there's anything else coming in or coming out. Ambulance. PSA was over the other side. Yeah, I think that's where that guy there said he was heading to. He called it the mound, but I was thinking the mound was, there's another slightly raised hill up there. You can't see it for the terminal buildings. Aberdeen doesn't really have an official mound that I know of. It's more like the grass area of, I think, an oil company. So it's kind of a bit. I'll try it one day for you to let you see what it's like. It's just obviously not great for parking. Anything near airports, they don't like you parking, unfortunately. Alright, the old flight radar, what we're saying. So we've got another Logan Air, 10 minutes. And there's nothing for another hour. Arrivals, the Beach King, scheduled, but hasn't even departed from somewhere yet. And the EasyJet's not till 3 o'clock. Hold on a minute, estimated arrival 2:27. Hold on a minute, have we got a 3:19 inbound? It looks like we do. Arriving in 2 minutes from London Gatwick. That's a surprise. Looks like it's just turning at the moment. So I think we'll catch this one. I've subbed and poked the like. Thank you very much. That is all I ask for here. That's more than I ask for here actually. I always forget to ask for it, but yeah, the likes and subscriptions are much appreciated. Thank you very much, Linda. EasyJet on the way. Yeah, I just spotted that. It said it wasn't due until 3 o'clock, so I was actually thinking of packing up, but we'll wait for that one. That guy reckoned this one could be here till tomorrow, so if you are in the area tomorrow, that guy said, Jonathan, I think it was you that said earlier, Jonathan, about coming down, but he said it's maybe leaving at 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if that's confirmed or not. Like I say, keep an eye on the old flight radar, and things can change. Yeah, if you're wanting a picture of it, it's not the greatest spot up in the hill here. It is nice to see it. Yeah, Logan Air should, no, not Logan Air, EasyJet should be on approach. Sign of it at the moment in this fog. No. We've got a Logan Air. So we'll get this EasyJet and this Logan Air. And then I'll maybe go and watch some of the football with my eyes closed, the way Aberdeen are playing just now. Still no sign of it. Dash 8, 40 minutes out. Yeah, there's quite a big gap between them now, I think. So normally we've got the helicopters to bridge the gap. but they're just there's not a lot of crew changes going on the Sunday, not a lot of action from the helicopters. We'll try and get another midweek stream in at some point. I've got a few holidays I need to take. Here we go. Just comes out of nowhere. They just all of a sudden appear. Yeah, I see that dash 8. 306 is estimated at the moment. A wee glitch there, yeah, that's my cable. My cable's getting a bit loose. I don't know if I can secure it somehow. It's like one of them stupid micro HDMI cables. And the connection does seem to be getting a bit loose. I think if I get a cage for the camera, it might secure it in a little bit better. That's another one for the list. The other option is, of course, we just swap to the old camcorder setup. Away it goes as well, disappearing into the clouds. Yeah, I think unfortunately I'm just going to end it there for today. Just a wee short stream. We couldn't see this plane in action, but at least we got to see it. I do have work tomorrow, so I'm not going to be able to come down here in the morning. I could come down after my work, but I think by that point it might have departed. I'll keep a track of it throughout the day. And if I'm in the area on my way home, I could maybe swing by, get another short stream in, hopefully with better weather. But that's winter in Scotland, isn't it? That's what it's all about. Getting out, seeing the planes. Yeah, cheers for dropping in. Cheers for all the likes, subscriptions and all that. We will be back here again. Like I say, I do have a night out next weekend, so I don't know if there'll be a stream. I'll maybe try and get one in during the week, if I get finished early enough. Try and plan it when there's a bit more action going on. Maybe get a few of the helicopters. If we do have any more military or navy action, which is possible, I'll try and either get a stream or get some footage, get some shorts uploaded. Nice one. Yeah, cheers Evan for just now. Sorry about the bad mic today. I'll try and remember that for the next time as well. But thank you everyone for just now.